Have you ever had a moment when you suddenly wondered why your heart feels different than it used to? Maybe you wake up some mornings feeling a little heavier, a little slower, or just a bit more tired than makes sense. A patient of mine once told me, "Dr. Carter, I don't understand it. I haven't changed much, but my heart feels like it has." I remember looking at him and thinking how many seniors quietly feel the same way but never say it out loud. Now I want you to imagine this. You wake up, sunlight easing into the room, everything calm and familiar. You walk into the kitchen, maybe start the coffee maker, maybe stretch your hands a little. On the outside, it looks like an ordinary morning, but inside your body, something far more meaningful is happening. Every choice you make, every small habit you repeat, is either strengthening your heart or slowly making it work harder than it should. After 60, the heart becomes more sensitive to daily habits. Arteries stiffen, circulation slows, and what once felt harmless at 40 or 50 can now trigger inflammation or sudden spikes in blood pressure. Many seniors don't realize how deeply routine affects their heart. Morning habits, hydration, food choices, sleep patterns, stress levels, even how long you sit without moving all quietly, shape the strength of your heart day after day. And the truth is that many habits seem completely normal. Skipping breakfast, eating salty snacks in the afternoon, drinking too little water, sitting in one spot for hours, eating late at night when the body should be resting. These patterns may feel small, but the heart remembers every one of them. In today's video, we're going to uncover the truth about daily habits that help or harm your heart. I'll explain the simple science behind how these habits affect your arteries and your circulation. I'll also give you easy, doctor-backed changes you can start today. My hope is that you leave this video feeling empowered, encouraged, and ready to take small steps that build a strong senior heart. Stay with me, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey together. Your heart deserves it. How aging changes the heart, and why habits matter. Moshe. As we move deeper into this conversation, I want you to picture something most people never think about. Your heart is the one organ that has been working since the moment you were born. It has never taken a vacation. It has never asked for a break. And as we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, this incredible muscle becomes more sensitive to the world we create around it every day. One of the biggest changes that happens with age is a loss of elasticity in the arteries. When we're younger, arteries stretch like soft, flexible ribbons, blood flows easily, pressure rises and falls gently, but after 60, those same arteries become more like firm tubing that doesn't bend the way it used to. That stiffness means your blood pressure reacts more sharply to everything you do. A meal that used to be harmless now raises pressure. A stressful moment hits harder. Even getting out of bed too quickly can make the heart work overtime. As arteries narrow and thicken, the heart muscle must pump stronger to push blood through tighter spaces. Think of it like trying to water your garden with a hose that has been pinched. The water still comes out, but the pressure behind it is much higher. Your heart feels that same strain. Inflammation also becomes easier to trigger with age. Foods high in salt or sugar, a night of poor sleep, a stressful day, or even sitting for long periods can quietly increase inflammation in the bloodstream. And inflammation is the enemy of a strong senior heart because it stiffens arteries and makes plaque more likely to form. This is why daily habits matter now more than ever. Small choices that seemed unimportant at 40 can have a much larger impact after 60 simply because the heart has less room for error. But here's the hopeful part. The same way small mistakes can weaken the heart, small improvements can strengthen it. Consistency becomes more powerful than intensity, and understanding this shift is the first step toward building a heart that carries you confidently into the years ahead. Hidden daily habits that damage senior heart health. As a doctor who has spent decades listening to seniors describe their daily routines, I can tell you something important. Most people don't harm their heart with big, dramatic choices. They harm it with the tiny, ordinary habits they repeat every single day without realizing their impact. These habits feel harmless. They feel normal. They feel like just life. But the senior heart is incredibly sensitive, and it remembers everything we do. For many older adults, one of the sneakiest habits is snacking on salty or processed foods. A handful of crackers here, a slice of deli meat there, a packaged muffin in the afternoon. These foods are packed with sodium and hydrogenated oils that silently raise blood pressure and trigger inflammation. The body doesn't react dramatically in the moment, which is why seniors think it's fine. But inside, the arteries tighten, the blood thickens, and circulation slows. Skipping meals is another habit that seems innocent but can send the heart into stress mode. When the body goes too long without nourishment, stress hormones rise to keep energy steady. Those hormones tighten blood vessels, raise pressure, and force the heart to work harder. Overeating at dinner creates a different problem. The stomach expands, blood rushes to the digestive system, and the heart must pump more aggressively to support digestion. Many seniors describe feeling tired, uneasy, or heavy after large meals without realizing it is the heart struggling to keep up. Long hours of sitting quietly weaken circulation. Not drinking water early in the day keeps the blood thicker and harder to pump. Drinking too much caffeine or relying on it as the first morning ritual magnifies the natural morning pressure surge. Lack of movement in the first few hours of the day keeps the body stiff, the arteries tight, and the heart under strain. Poor sleep routines, stress, multitasking, and using sugary diet foods each add another layer of tension. The truth is, these habits don't show their damage instantly. They accumulate like dust in the corners of a room. And unless we notice them, they slowly weaken the heart over months and years. But once we see the pattern, we gain the power to change it. That awareness becomes the beginning of a stronger, healthier future. Daily habits that strengthen a senior heart. Whenever I sit with a patient who feels discouraged about their heart health, I remind them of something simple but powerful. The heart is remarkably responsive. It listens, it adapts, it heals. And the habits you practice every day can lift it, strengthen it, and protect it in ways that medication alone cannot. What you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed becomes the rhythm your heart learns to follow. One of the most effective habits you can adopt is gentle movement in the morning. I often tell my patients to think of their heart as waking up alongside them. A slow stretch, a short walk to loosen the joints, or even moving your arms and legs while sitting helps open the blood vessels and encourage smoother circulation. Movement releases nitric oxide, a natural chemical that relaxes the arteries and makes blood flow easier. Another heart-strengthening habit is drinking water before coffee. Hydration thins the blood and gives the heart relief after a long night of working without fluids. When you hydrate first, you support your heart before adding the stimulation of caffeine. A heart-healthy breakfast can also shift your entire day. Meals with oats, berries, eggs, yogurt, nuts, or vegetables provide fiber, protein, and healthy fats that stabilize blood sugar and lower cholesterol. Your heart responds beautifully to these foods. Limiting sodium and choosing leafy greens, berries, and omega-rich foods like salmon or flaxseed help calm inflammation and support artery flexibility. Simple breathing exercises, even for a few minutes, lower stress hormones and ease pressure on the blood vessels. Keeping medication timing consistent protects the heart's rhythm and stabilizes circulation. And making time for 15 to 30 minutes of movement each day strengthens the heart muscle just like any other muscle you train. The beauty of these habits is that they don't require dramatic changes. You don't need to do anything intense or overwhelming. What matters is consistency. When you nourish your heart daily with these small, intentional choices, it grows stronger quietly and steadily, giving you the energy and confidence to live fully at any age. Daily mistakes that look harmless but harm the heart. When I talk with seniors about their daily habits, I often hear the same sentence. It's just a little thing, it can't hurt me. And I understand why they say that. These habits don't feel dramatic. They don't cause immediate pain. They slip into the day quietly, almost unnoticed. But it is exactly those quiet habits that shape the heart more than people realize. Take comfort foods, for example. Many older adults reach for them out of routine or nostalgia. A bowl of creamy soup, a warm pastry, a few slices of processed meat. These foods feel soothing, but they are often loaded with salt, unhealthy fats, and sugars that inflame the arteries and raise blood pressure. The damage is subtle at first, happening slowly inside the blood vessel walls, while everything on the outside feels fine. Nighttime snacking is another habit that seems innocent. You're relaxing, watching a show, maybe feeling a little hungry. But eating late forces the heart to work harder at a time when it should be resting. Blood pressure stays elevated, digestion pulls blood flow into the stomach, and the heart never gets the peaceful recovery it needs. Not drinking enough water during the day, or forgetting to drink altogether, thickens the blood and makes circulation harder. Staying indoors for long stretches might feel comforting, but without sunlight or movement, the heart becomes sluggish. Even ignoring mild chest pressure, fatigue, or morning headaches is a mistake many seniors make because these symptoms blend into daily life so easily. Going to bed stressed or overstimulated is another hidden trap. The heart carries the weight of tension long after the mind has tried to let go. And skipping checkups because you feel fine can delay early detection of issues that are far easier to treat when found in time. The hardest part is that seniors dismiss these patterns as nothing more than aging. But aging is not the cause. These habits accumulate over months and years, slowly weakening the heart. Once we recognize them, we regain control. Awareness opens the door to change, and change opens the path to a stronger, healthier heart. The truth about senior morning routines. If there is one time of day that can transform a senior's heart health, it is the morning. I have seen this again and again in my years of practice. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your blood pressure, your circulation, your energy level, and even your emotional well-being for the rest of the day. And yet, most seniors never realize just how sensitive the heart is during those first waking moments. When you open your eyes, your body goes through a chain reaction. Blood pressure begins to rise. Stress hormones start to increase. The heart moves from a restful rhythm into a more active one. For younger people, this shift is easy. Their arteries expand and contract smoothly, but for seniors, this transition can be challenging. Arteries are stiffer in the morning, and the heart requires a gentler warm-up before taking on the full demands of the day. This is why rushed mornings can be so harmful. Standing up too quickly, checking messages right away, or immediately diving into tasks can spike stress hormones and tighten blood vessels. Even drinking coffee the moment you wake up can intensify the natural morning surge. Many seniors tell me they feel shaky, lightheaded, or uneasy within the first hour of the day, and they often blame age. But in truth, their morning routine is placing pressure on a heart that simply needs a calmer start. I remember a patient named Linda who came to me tired, overwhelmed, and convinced her heart was weakening. She rushed every morning, skipped breakfast, drank strong coffee first thing, and never paused to breathe. Once we changed her routine to include slow sitting, hydration, a light stretch, and a gentler breakfast, her energy soared, and her morning blood pressure dropped by over 10 points. She told me, "I didn't know mornings could feel peaceful." Small morning habits create a powerful ripple effect that lasts the entire day. When seniors learn to respect the morning window, their heart responds with strength, stability, and gratitude. What seniors should eat daily for a strong heart. When it comes to heart health after 60, food becomes more than fuel. It becomes medicine. It becomes protection. And in many ways, it becomes one of the most powerful tools seniors have to strengthen their heart every single day. I always remind my patients that the foods they choose are not small decisions. They are daily messages sent directly to the arteries, telling them either to stay open and flexible or to tighten and inflame. A strong senior heart thrives on foods that nourish, calm, and protect. I have watched patients transform their energy, their cholesterol levels, and even the way they breathe by making simple, consistent changes to their meals. It often begins with the basics, choosing whole, natural foods that support circulation. Oats in the morning can help lower cholesterol. Berries bring antioxidants that soothe inflammation. A handful of nuts or seeds adds healthy fats that support artery flexibility. Leafy greens improve nitric oxide, helping arteries relax more easily. And salmon or other omega-3 sources nourish the heart in ways processed foods never can. But it is just as important to talk about foods that quietly harm seniors. Many are so used to convenience foods that they do not realize how much sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats they consume each day. Processed meats, fried foods, pastries, white bread, and salty restaurant meals place immediate strain on older arteries. These foods thicken the blood, damage the vessel lining, and cause the heart to work harder with every beat. The older the heart, the less it can afford these hidden attacks. One of my patients, Mr. Hayes, used to tell me that food was his comfort. He relied on pastries, crackers, and processed meats without thinking about the toll they took on his body. After shifting to a simple plan of fruits, vegetables, olive oil, and whole grains, he came to his follow-up appointment beaming. His cholesterol had dropped, his energy had risen, and he said, "I didn't know I could feel this good at my age." The truth is that the heart responds beautifully to the right foods. It grows stronger, it becomes more resilient, and even after 60, it can heal in ways that surprise you. What you choose to eat each day can literally shape your future heart. The powerful role of stress, sleep, and movement. If there is one truth I wish every senior could embrace, it is that the heart listens not only to what you eat, but also to how you live. Stress, sleep, and movement form a trio of daily forces that quietly decide whether your heart grows stronger or weaker with time. And the older we become, the more sensitive the heart becomes to these rhythms of everyday life. Many of my patients think of stress as an emotion, something they simply feel. But stress is also a physical event inside the body. When you worry, rush, or carry tension, your arteries tighten, your blood pressure rises, and your heart must pump harder to compensate. Seniors often tell me they feel tired for no reason, or wired and restless even when they try to relax. That is the body reacting to chronic stress, sending gentle warnings that too often get dismissed. Then there is sleep. A good night's rest acts like a reset button for the cardiovascular system. But poor sleep raises morning blood pressure, disrupts heart rhythm, and keeps inflammation circulating in the bloodstream. I have seen seniors who believed their fatigue was simply aging, only to discover that their heart was struggling because they were not truly resting at night. When we improved their sleep routines, their blood pressure, energy, and mood improved almost instantly. And movement, gentle, consistent movement, is one of the greatest gifts you can give your heart. You do not need intense exercise. A 15 to 20-minute walk, slow stretching, or light housework can increase circulation, release nitric oxide, and soften stiff arteries. Many seniors underestimate how powerful these small moments of activity can be. When stress is managed, sleep is protected, and movement becomes a daily ritual, something remarkable happens. The heart finds its rhythm again. Blood pressure stabilizes. Energy returns. And seniors discover they have far more strength and vitality than they believed possible. Your heart responds to how you treat it every day, and it is never too late to create a life that supports its healing. Signs your daily habits are hurting your heart. There is something I always remind my patients, especially those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. The heart rarely shouts, it whispers, and those whispers come through small signals that many seniors ignore because they seem so ordinary. But when you pay attention to them, you begin to understand just how closely your daily habits shape the strength of your heart. Many older adults tell me they feel tired after meals, the kind of heavy fatigue that makes them want to sit down or lie back. They often assume it is simply age catching up. But in reality, that wave of exhaustion can be a sign that your heart is working too hard to push blood through stiff or inflamed arteries after eating certain foods. Shortness of breath during simple activities is another sign people overlook. You might go up a few steps, walk across the living room, or carry groceries and suddenly feel out of breath. Seniors often blame this on getting older, but the truth is that the heart is struggling with circulation long before a major event happens. Some of my patients experience swelling in their ankles or feet and never think much of it. They believe it is harmless water retention, yet it often signals that the heart is having trouble pumping blood efficiently. Lightheadedness, chest or throat pressure, cold hands or feet, or morning headaches are other signals that something is not quite right. The reason these signs get ignored is simple. They appear slowly, they feel mild, they mimic the symptoms of fatigue or arthritis or stress. But they are messages from the heart, asking for attention before the situation becomes serious. When you start noticing these changes and connect them to your daily habits, something powerful happens. You gain the ability to intervene early. You give your heart the chance to heal, and you reclaim control over your health in a way that can truly change your future. A daily routine blueprint for a strong senior heart. If there is one thing I hope every senior hears today, it is this. Your heart becomes stronger not through dramatic changes, but through the quiet rhythm of daily choices. When you build simple routines that support your heart from morning to night, you create a foundation that protects your future more powerfully than any single medication or supplement ever could. Imagine starting your morning in a gentler way. Instead of jumping out of bed, you sit up slowly, place your feet on the floor, and allow your body to wake up with steady breaths. This small act calms your nervous system, steadies your blood pressure, and gives your heart the soft transition it deserves. A glass of water follows. Not coffee just yet. Hydration thins the blood and helps circulation move more freely. A few minutes of stretching or a short walk outside sets the tone for the day. Moving early signals your arteries to open, warms your muscles, and encourages natural production of nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps vessels flexible. When breakfast comes, imagine choosing something nourishing like oats, berries, eggs, nuts, or whole grains. These foods form the first protective layer around your heart for the entire day. In the afternoon, a bit of movement or fresh air keeps blood circulating. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. Dinner becomes lighter, with less salt and fewer processed foods, giving your heart an easier night ahead. Before bed, you unwind intentionally. A calm mind lowers evening blood pressure and prepares your entire circulatory system for restful healing. What makes this blueprint powerful is not perfection. It is the steady repetition of small habits that, over time, build a strong senior heart. You are not trying to change your life in a week. You are gently shaping each day so that your heart feels supported, protected, and understood. This routine becomes a quiet promise to yourself that your health matters, that your future matters, and that you are choosing to care for your heart with intention and love. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to pause with me for a moment and truly appreciate something deeply important. Every daily habit you choose is more powerful than it seems. Your heart may be older now, but it is not fragile. It listens closely to the choices you make. It responds to kindness. It strengthens when you give it rhythm, routine, nourishment, and attention. And it begins to heal when you choose consistency over intensity. I have cared for seniors for decades, and I've learned that a strong heart is rarely the result of dramatic changes. It is shaped by small decisions made quietly, day after day. A glass of water in the morning, a 10-minute walk, a mindful breath during stress, a lighter dinner, a moment of gratitude before bed. These little actions may look simple, but inside your body, they spark real transformation. They lower inflammation, calm your nervous system, and help your arteries stay flexible and open. Your daily habits are not just routines. They are investments in your freedom, your independence, your future. And you deserve to feel strong. You deserve to wake up with energy. You deserve to enjoy your days without fear or limitation. Before we close, I want to thank you truly for watching and for taking this journey with me. I hope you'll continue listening to your body's signals because they are gentle messages guiding you toward better health. And I hope you carry with you the belief that simple habits really can change the story of your heart. Choose just one small habit today. 1. And let that be your beginning. If you found comfort, clarity, or encouragement here, I invite you to stay connected with our Senior Health Daily family. Your heart deserves the support, knowledge, and care we share together. Stay well, stay hopeful, and take good care of your beautiful heart.